Okay, so back to the 1959 Oliver Model J. This is a 6 horsepower outboard motor. It was made by the Oliver Machine Company, you know, with the farm machinery guys in Battle Creek, Michigan. They made motors for about 5 or 6 years. They bought out Chris Craft. In fact, this Powerhead looks so much like a Chris Craft. It basically didn't change much except for the spark advance and a couple things. Different kind of recoil and a more modern closed housing with a fiberglass top cowl or hood, whichever you like to call it. I got this motor. I really wanted it. I paid a little bit too much for it maybe, but if you look here, you can see that's twisted. The bottom pan is badly twisted, or it got dropped, or who knows what happened. Oh yeah, there's a crack there. So I could never get the hood to latch down or stay on. So I got a hold of some people, put a SOS out. Anyway, somebody saw it and I found a nice straight one. Cost me about 60 bucks with shipping. And I'm gonna take the power head off and get that out of the way, and then I'm gonna remove the lower pan, and I'm gonna save that because they quit making them, darn guys. But anyway, and while I'm all into that much of it, I've got this nice complete 59 Oliver J gasket set, and we're gonna put most of this on there. Probably won't take the head off, there's no problem with that yet. And the carburetor I already rebuilt. So we're going to use up as many gaskets as I think we should for now, and save the rest for when they need it. No sense throwing parts at something if they don't need the parts. This coil here, I managed to reseal it temporarily. It's not going to last forever, but nothing does except for taxes. I took this stuff called rescue tape. I found it in the plumbing section at Menards. I think Henry or Odie makes it. One of the plumbing guys. It doesn't stick to anything but itself. And because of that, it's got a release paper on it. As you wrap it around something, you pull and stretch, and there's some sort of a friction type weld. It's like silicone. But anyway, to take the power head off, you got to remove the spark advance throttle tower. Got to get it loose anyways from this part. You got to unhook, or you got to back your high and low speed needles out. Oh, one other thing. This, when I first got this and I had it running in the tank in previous videos, right down in there, there was exhaust and whatnot coming out. So, not knowing what was going on, I went and found an Allen head set screw down at my local Ace Hardware, and I put it in there. But it's supposed to be put in from the other side. So while I got that off, we'll correct that problem. You can still buy brand new coils for these. For the longest time you couldn't. But I found an eBay seller, and then I started looking at who it was. It's Standard Magneto Sales in Wooddale, Illinois. And Rick down there makes those. He's got a company that stamps out the laminates, and then he builds the coil. If you're looking for them, you gotta Google or search on your eBay for Kohler coils, for older Kohler coils. A Kohler engine would be like on a rototiller, lawn garden tractors, such things like that. But for the longest time, if you couldn't find a used one or somehow save your other one, your old ones, you were out of luck. He's also got the updated version of the Bendix Scintilla points. These ones are I still got on there, but the original style. Also, I found he can set you up with condensers. So if you got an old Oliver or a Chris Craft, some Mercuries, and most of the Champions outboards that use the Bendix Scintilla coil, get a hold of Standard Magneto Company in Wooddale, Illinois. Okay, so there's 8 fasteners under here. I'm just about there. I saved one so it wouldn't fall over. I don't know how much of this I'll be able to do while hanging on to the camera. So this is the last one though. I labeled them long, short, long, short, long, short because they weren't all the same size. There they go. This camera, I don't know what it's trying to focus on something else. That's what happens when you got a camera with 3 or 4 different lenses. That's all good if it knows what you want to look at. But this is the last one. I'm almost out. Oh yeah, it's long. Real easy to get at. It's been raining for a few hours. It's almost 4 in the morning here in Michigan. I gotta quit at 4 because I gotta get up at like 7. Okay, that was the last one. There's my parts tray. I'm gonna have to set this down. Let's see. Let's see if this will work. I don't know. No. This one I hope to test out this weekend on the water. I've never had this on the boat yet. Here we go. Look at that. Awesome sauce. This episode's called Pop the Powerhead. Ooh, one more little thing. Gotta get out of the way. Get that pesky recoil off of here. If I want to take that off with the recoil on it, then I gotta untie the rope and all that good stuff. That's the thing about some of the older ones, they didn't expect you to have to do too much. So they put a whole lot of stuff that was connected where you couldn't just get it out of your way. But that's why we love these old outboards. At least there's not a bunch of plastic crap that breaks and falls apart all the time. You just gotta pull it out of your way and hang dangle it down there like that. It's right in the service book. It says hang dangle it down out the way. Okay. I don't know if you can see real good. But here we go. We're gonna pop the Powerhead. We're gonna get the gas or the fuel line supply. I already unhooked it. I'm just moving it out of the way now. We've got 2 more screws to get out the way. Oh, there it is. Needles and all. I already worked 8.5 hours at my day job today too. Hey, there's one little other tricky little thing I'm not seeing here. Oh, I think there's one. I gotta loosen up something right about here. And the other one. Well, that'll be tricky to get at. Oh, looks like a 9/16. Would be best to try to use a 3/8 drive. Everything but. Alright, well, okay. I don't think I can get a wrench in there. Maybe. There we go. Get about a 1/16 of a turn every time. I don't think I could get a socket in there either. I don't know. The midge hatch has happened. There's millions of bugs flying around. They don't bite or anything, they're just a pain in the butt. I didn't see this one coming, or I would have already had it loose. There we go. That's how you pop and drop the wrench. Pop the Powerhead on a 1959 Oliver 6 horsepower. Nothing to it. Let's zoom in and see what we got down in there. I got the light on the camera, but it's not very bright. You know, I think while I'm in there, what's this piece of rubber thing? That looks like a chunk of, I don't know what it is. I think I should look and see if there's an O-ring in here. We'll get that. This has got to go. Get that all scraped off and cleaned up. That's one of the shock thrust. Ooh, look at that. I can get all that greasy grime off of there too. Let's see. I'll find my purple power. I'll give it a couple of blasts. Or not. You know, somebody keeps coming in here and moving everything around. I had this all clean. For all you guys in the rear that are worried about it, I apologize. I should be more organized, right? But I'll tell you a secret. I do more in one day. Well, never mind. Look at that stuff. You can buy it at Family Dollar and Dollar General. There's one every 6 miles, in case you haven't heard. They're even getting ready to open that new one on Mars. I saw the meme on Facebook, so it's got to be real. But just watch how this stuff works. It's cheap, and it's readily available, and it works. That's some old greasy grimy gopher guts on here. And you know, I get this thing this far, I might have to repaint it or something. I don't know. See, I'm not into looks. I'm into meat and potatoes. You can't get across the water on looks, but you can get across the water with meat and potatoes. Thanks for watching.